because there's a component of colonialism on this thing. We don't know whether it's a problem as much as possible so that you don't develop as you were supposed to. During the colonial expansion, they just left because they want to leave. They're still here, and they want to continue to colonize these countries because there's a lot to benefit in Africa. There's a lot of sources. We can speak about that. So, research, this world is a practical world. Let's be pragmatic about things. Let's be solution-driven people. That's the only way we can be independent as a region. As much as there's a leader I'm very proud of. It's a former president of, Singapore, LYK. It's known as LYK. He was practicing about the problems that they were faced with they call them what, the Southern Asia, whatever that is. And look at Singapore today. It's progressing. So those are the things that we need to focus on. Ones for presidential is presidential what? Climate Commission. Our comrades, you are very theoretical about life. You are not in touch with reality. That's a real thing that we are faced with. Because you can't come to a university to tell us about these things. Are the people in Soweto who know these things? They don't know it. People in what is Esho, they don't know these things. And they're the ones who are losing houses and all those kind of things. So what is the program with regard to that? It's just unfortunate that management have left. I wanted to speak to the Vice Chancellor in connection with this to say, you are delivering a curriculum there in VUT which doesn't have climate change. But you want us to believe that you are in terms of climate change. Our comrades, let's stop this thing. It's not helping. It's good that we can come and talk and nice foods and drink tea and all those kind of things, but what is the real world saying about us? There's a kid, I don't know where he is, from municipality. He was complaining about these issues of, waste management. Akida, the science park there, have you ever tried to approach science park and speak about these issues? Talk with the scientists to say what solution can we have to convert this to be energy in the municipalities? Or we are just crying like we usually do as Africans to say, hey, no, we have a problem. Let's go to France. Maybe France will help us. Let's take ourselves serious. Thank you very much.
Head over to the speakers. I'm reminded about actually this session, the comments that dovetail with what was raised earlier by Shafiq, in terms of us, cautioning, I think, especially academia, with regards to how actually we engage with some of these issues. Let's not, for instance, he talked about the push-pull model, amongst others, but also asked a very poignant question to me, which says, are we creating the right teams within our universities? Also in terms of all the stakeholders that we have. So we will, like the previous, actually, we'll start, I think, with the first speaker, Mandy, and then you will actually respond to those questions, and then Muhawu will follow after you. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think, to the first guy, thank you very much for your comments. And I'm in agreement with yourself. We shouldn't have broken those parts of the system up initially, but how do we deal with what we're dealing now? I think the second actual question was from Siyabonga. And that question, I think we have an expert in the room who can deal with that. That's Yuri, who deals with M&E. But what I can say is that the PCC is actually, we with research and policy, so we're not implementers. We give recommendations a lot of the time to the DFE, so a lot of the kind of knowledge base sits DFE, and they are doing quite extensive work. So I would point you in that direction, and also ask Yuri to respond. I think she'll be able to be in the best position to respond to that. In terms of the South African Journal of Indigenous Knowledge, Commissioner Lekala, I will leave that to you. I suppose that's for discussion. The speaker from Labour, very interesting comments. I have to say, I'd like to point you to the PCC website so that you can see the kind of work we are doing. If you understand the structure of the PCC, you will understand that the views of Labour, views of all different societies are brought together. So we report, all the commissioners represent different elements of society. So it's not like we haven't engaged with people in Soweto, wherever it is. The views are brought through in terms of how we engage with the society in that respect. I think also it's important to remember that when you deal with something, you have to have a strong basis. So the academic